Welcome to Stockinette Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Janet Ma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 140. We have exited our 130s.
Okay.
It seemed like we were in those for a while.
It did.
It's like 130. We're still in the 130s.
Probably for a couple months.
Yeah. That's a good bet.
Yeah.
Good bet. 10 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Couple months. You're so wise. So wise. How's it going?
Good. I felt like an awesome parent and a bad one at the same time. I took my kids to Guardians of the Galaxy. So exciting. It was a lot of fun.
I think my husband was part of that decision making.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody who had seen it over the weekend, I quizzed them about the violence and the sex and what they thought about it. You know, do they think the kids would dig it? You know, that kind of thing. And then I read a bunch of parenting movie reviews where they kind of lay out, you know, their thoughts on the age ranges that should watch it, blah, blah, blah. And then I was like, I really want to see this movie in the theater. If we don't take the kids, it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just really, like, intense. Like, I need this to happen. And so I talked to my husband, and he's like, our kids have seen Spaceballs. And I'm like, you're right, our kids have seen Spaceballs. So we went, and they really enjoyed it. My son knew the characters from his Lego Marvel game on the Xbox, so he knew all the characters and he knew what weapons they had, and so he was excited the whole way through. And my daughter thought that Rocket Raccoon was super cool, even though he was the most, like, I don't know, persnickety, I guess. He was the wisecracking, I don't want to do this, why are you guys making me guy. But he was also the tinkerer. You know, he could put things together really fast, and he could invent on the fly. And so I thought that was kind of a cool character to pick. But of course I know it's my animal lover daughter just picking the animal. And it doesn't hurt that his sidekick or best friend or whatever you want to call him, somebody said it's the modern day Wookiee. So, you know, you got Luke Skywalker, or you have your heroes. You have, you know, your Luke Skywalker versus Quill, and then you have your Rocket Raccoon is Han Solo, and of course the tree Groot is the Wookiee. And I thought that was kind of a funny comparison. They basically said, oh, I bet that Groot is this generation's Wookiee, right? Because he doesn't talk much. You can't understand what he says, because he says, I am Groot. I am Groot. That's all he says. I am Groot. And the raccoon understands what he's saying. So, like, Han Solo, the Wookiee, Wookiee language, talks, and Han's the only one who understands what he's saying. At least, you know, with the group that he's hanging out with. I'm sure that the other Wookiees know what he's saying, too. But, and then the dancing baby Groot at the end of the movie. And I'm sorry if there's tons of spoilers in this for people who haven't seen the movie yet. It's still a ton of fun, and I didn't really give away a whole lot. Just that it's cute, and yes, there are swear words. Yes, there are lewd gestures. But there was hardly any, like, I don't know. It wasn't vulgar. Things weren't vulgar. The violence was over the top, and
my husband and I have had conversations about this. Like, violence that looks fake is more palatable to us for our children to see than true violence, right?
Yeah.
If it's like over the top fake, then it's like they can pretend that it's a cartoon or it's not, you know, like it's not real.
Well, yeah, when a giant talking tree skewers somebody with his branch and there's no blood, you're like, yeah, and there might have been whatever alien ooze there was, you know, there was no blood, no splattering, and it might be worse. It might seem like it would be worse, but I would almost say that violence where somebody backhands somebody else and somebody in a dominant position backhand somebody in a lower position in television is like way worse.
Yeah. I just had work.
Yeah.
I worked a lot in the last week, and then when I am at home, I've been watching a lot of Nat Geo. So Brain Games has been on my television. I really enjoy that show.
I kind of want to put together some of the experiments.
Yeah.
And I thought the Scrambler was a good experiment. So, like, in Brain Games, they had the circle where the dots are moving, and they're actually moving on lines, but they look like they're in a circle, a rolling circle. I was like, that's a Scrambler. That's where my brain went with it.
And then I found David Rees, Going Deep with David Rees. Do you watch him?
My husband watched one, and he said he got bored.
I think I don't know, and my husband thinks that I'm crazy, but his humor is my humor. Like, he's like geeky and self-deprecating, and like everything he says it just has me on the floor laughing, and I really, really, really like the show. So he goes really deep into things. Like the last one I watched was and I think it's the first one, but I didn't catch the beginning of the series, is how to make an ice cube. And there was like how to kill a fly, and I mean, like, he goes deep in ways that you don't think about going deep. Like how to be zen with the fact that that ice doesn't have permanence. That the ice is going to go away. So even if you get this perfect ice, it's gonna, I don't know. It's me. Like, if you like that show, you and I are simpatico. Because I laugh, I cry, I love it.
Well, like I said, I haven't seen it.
You prejudged it based on your husband's judgment, is what I'm hearing.
I did. But I was the one who made him record it, so I must have thought it would be interesting. And then he watched it while I was here and judged it. But having said that, we really like the other shows that you mentioned. Brain Games.
Yeah.
And
the next week, where they're going to talk about the like dropping somebody's phone into water, or smashing somebody's phone on purpose, or something about aggression. That one will be interesting to me. I think a lot about psychology. I think I was like a psychologist in a previous life, or something. Something.
Yeah,
it interests me.
My favorite was the competition, like
men versus women.
Well, was it men versus women?
Battle of the Sexes.
Oh no, this was just about competition, where it was like he was setting you up. Can you beat this really athletic dude in standing up off of your chair? And so then they made him, he was going kind of slow the first time, so you beat him the first time, and the second time he went as fast as he could, and so you didn't beat him, and then there was this rubber match. And then like right before they did the final one, they're like, are you excited? Are you on the edge of your seat? I was like, with the show, you have to buy into the fact that, like, I'm gonna do the games. Whatever they are, I'm gonna do the games. So you can't just sit back and go, this is rigged or whatever. Yeah. So like, whenever I watch Brain Games, I do the games. So if they say close your eyes,
you do it.
I do it. Or if they say, look at this image, it's going to not have sound, or I don't know what it is, but it plays tricks on you, and you have to determine the outcome. I don't know, it was good.
Yeah. I've actually watched some and then rewatched them with Ellie, because Ellie really likes doing watching and playing along and whatever. And like, I had like that moment where you pre-watched Jeopardy and know all the answers.
Yeah, yeah.
And she was like, "Mom, you're smart." I'm like, "Sweet, I've already watched this."
Yeah.
And some of them are like, I took classes about it in college. Hello, sir. How are ya? Just came to say hello. Yep. You stand there, buddy. Wow. He doesn't quite. I mean, he's just kind of giving us the, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Look. Hi. Hey, buddy. Anyway, so that's Nat Geo Live is about as enthralling as I've gotten recently. And we've got a little bit of administrati, not like the huge amount of announcements that we had last week, but July is on the books. You did your man socks drawing.
Yes, I did. And the winner has already been announced and contacted, and I relabeled the thread as closed and opened it back up again for people who wanted to chat, because I had locked it for a few days. But the winner has been contacted. She has contacted me. I have sent it in the mail. Hopefully she has gotten it, because it was on its way
Last week.
Yeah. Very, it's been a while. I can't remember when I dropped it into the mail. And yeah, so yay, that was it. That was kind of a fun impromptu side KL. And there are so many KLs that we've been asked to participate in lately. There might be some more side KLs going on. One that I'm excited about is a KL that I am looking forward to is that Susan Claudino and Dancing Dog Dye Works are doing KLs. So I'm going to combine the two, double dip, and do a toy with Dancing Dog Dye Works and put them in both. Don't necessarily do it for the price. I just thought it would be fun to use up some of my stuff, and I've bought a lot of Susan's patterns that I haven't made yet, so it'd be nice to get a few more of those done. I bought the Sir Dandy, is he octopus or cephalopod? Sir Dandy, he's an octopus.
Aren't they the same thing?
Yes, but I don't know what the name of the pattern
Okay, the proper
is.
name. Got it.
Yeah.
Aren't they the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't remember the name of the pattern. It is Dandy Sir. And then I'm assuming cephalopod because it's just seems to roll off the tongue. But I am enjoying that. I thought about changing him into a Octo Offerman, so changing the mustache to the Nick Offerman mustache and making him an Octo Offerman. So if somebody beats me to that, please give me credit, because I loved that idea. An Octo Offerman.
He is a very manly man. I got the sign up thread up for my Cool Clavicle cover and expanding community, and that's out on justrunit.com. I've kind of back pedaled a little bit on, at the beginning of the year, my goal was to blog, write, to post 2 times a week. So I'm horrifically behind on that. There's no way I'm going to get 100 posts in this year, but hopefully once a week I can get something in. And so if you are knitting one of those patterns, please go out and sign up. You don't have to be finished to sign up. I'll just check at the end that the project that you submitted has an FO, and then you'll go into the random number generator. And last but certainly not least, we have a new self-striping sponsor. So Curvy Wurvy Yarns is this month's self-striping sponsor, who invited you to the party Bright Arse Orange. And I don't know why I feel it's okay to curse in proper English and not proper English, but
it doesn't say arse.
No,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, it says donkey. It says ass. Bright Ass Orange. So you can say it on network television when you're referring to a donkey.
Yes, you may.
So there's a bright orange donkey. Who invited them to the party? Sure. It's a very fun colorway with grays and blacks and oranges.
Yeah, very Harley Davidson if you're a fan of that. But also very good for Halloween, which is coming up.
So we have the drawing for July, which is Stray Cat Yarns. Comes in these fun boxes. Very dense ball of bright pink and green, and it is chewy apple. Chewy apple. And after after this month, or July 31st entries, up to July 31st entries, there were 1,483. 2 through 1,483. And the winner was 1193, who is Inga Bean. Inga Bean had some Patton's Croix socks out of the ever popular blue rag colorway. And they were fantastic.
I wonder how many projects have been knit with that yarn. That's a lot.
It's a very pretty colorway.
So many.
And it's accessible to a lot, right? You're not waiting for an update.
Right.
And so I could see there being quite a few. I bet now that Ravelry's got that function where you can choose the, yeah, he's all stretched out. You got full-on max belly going on right here.
And feet in my face.
Yeah, you can search by projects by colorway, I think, if people have tagged the colorway, that is.
Right, that is. This is true.
And so, yeah, that's the Administrati.
Whew. Yeah.
Deep breaths.
Yeah. Sorry I talked so much about a movie.
Or me going deep. With David Reese. FOs. I see you have a pile.
Yes, 2.
2 does consist of a pile. A pile has 2 or more items in it.
Yeah.
So you have met the minimum requirement for a pile.
Thank you. And bro. Thank you. All right.
Megan, quit blathering. I will now talk.
No, I was trying to get to the end of my row, so I was like, yes, thank you. I can finish my row.
What is this gorgeousness?
So this is some merino roll-logs that I had bought from Belighted here in Zumbrota, and
Zumbrota, Minnesota.
Yes. So Belighted, they have a shop online, and it's BE and then lighted, like light turn off and on the light, LIGHTED. And they were selling some roll-logs at Yarnover, and so I bought a set there, and I was spinning them on my Turkish spindle. And since I didn't have my wheel, which is safely on its way back to me, should be here by Friday. So I didn't borrow a wheel, I just stuck with my spindles and finished this up. It took forever to ply. I was like, I am not a happy camper. I do not like
plying. Was it not as fun as it was spinning it, obviously? Or was it the turtles, or?
No, it was just always plying is like not. It takes longer than you think it's going to, and as you're doing it, you're like, am I at the end? I really want my yarn. Why am I not done yet? And I have a feeling that my next spin, the one that was on the wheel before the wheel broke, is going to be that way, because it's a 3-ply fingering weight, and it's going to be a nightmare to ply. I'm going to be like sitting there going, why? Why do I ply? Why? But there's no rush. It just felt like I could be knitting on my fingering weight sweaters. I've got tons of those, but I wanted to get it out of the turtles and into yarn because I needed some finished objects.
What is it going to be? What does it want to be?
I think it wants to be a cowl, you know, just as, you know, like basically this, but in knitted up form, because it kind of gradiates. It's got some black going with the blue, and then it goes into black, and then it goes green and black, and then into the green. And I think that it does it in such a way that it will look really nice. I honestly contemplated wrapping it around something, you know, just like string art, where you just wrap it around something and then, you know, glue it every once in a while so that it stays wrapped. Because I thought that would be really pretty. But
it'd have to be a big something.
Yes, I was thinking like a canvas or something, or
I was thinking string art, like wrapped around a mug or something. But you were thinking a large object. But yeah, or you could go vase, I guess. But yeah, it would have to be giant. I don't have any giant vases.
I have no
vases.
And I got my literally over the top done. It looks like it's big enough to house me, but it would be very stretched if it was. Because
it's supposed to.
This, yes, it's supposed to have positive. This is quite a bit of negative E's because it's a 26-inch bust. I knit the 24 and I stretched it to 26, blocking, and I could have, I could have easily blocked it even further. I just went with the 20. I went with the 26 because I thought that would be the right ease for my daughter as she is now. But maybe in the future I will dunk it and reblock it much wider so as she grows.
Does it look really long on her?
This is fresh off the block.
Oh.
So she has not tried it on yet. I was, young girls in various stages of their development have bellies. So I just want to make sure it was nicely blocked before I had her take a photo.
Very pretty. I really like the sparkle.
But I know she's a skinny mini and whatnot, but this was like before it was blocked with like this. It would have shown everything. It's like, let's just
very stretchy
block. Yep. So that's really pretty. That was Knit Circus sparkly yarn. And everything's documented. And as soon as I get a picture, I can close it up on Ravelry. And pretty. That is it.
Thank you for knitting it.
Yes, and I thought I brought the leftovers for you so that you could
weigh them.
Yeah.
Okay. I will weigh the leftovers. Oh, thank you. And what yarn was that again?
Knit Circus.
Wait, that's right.
It was, details on the page.
From Yarn Over?
Yes, I bought it at Yarn Over, and not this year, but the previous year.
All right, I finished my self-stripey socks. They're trying to get impaled by a Maximus. They are, as I mentioned out on Instagram, they revealed to me my evolution as a knitter. When I first started knitting, the fact that these are nowhere near matchy would have driven me insane. Like, I would cast on toes 20 times to make sure the number of rows were the same at the end so that they would match throughout. I always made sure that the cuffs ended on the same color. I very much OCD wanted them to be the same, and these don't match at all. The patterning on the top doesn't match. The stripes don't match, and I love them all the same. So and then again, as I mentioned on Instagram, how I never would have imagined even knitting them a couple of years before that. So it's, all stages of your life and stages of, this one I put the some decreases on the back of the leg, and it's a little tight to pull it over my heel. But other than that, I love them. I really love the Zombies 10 colorway, and I appreciate Fishnets creating it and sending it to us. So those are my self-stripes that I finished.
Excellent.
I'm keeping up this year. Last year I think I had to sprint towards the end and use some worsted weight.
Oh, yeah.
To keep them up, but this is, I have a needle adjacent project that will be my 8th of the year, and it is August. So, yes. What is that lovely bit of yarn you've got there?
This is my Blairsden cardigan. I have the gamut. It's the strong sock base, and I've gotten lots of progress. So it decreases up to here, and then these are the increases back up. And so when these two markers get eaten up into here, then I'm done, and then I have to achieve the appropriate amount of inches, and then I can move on.
And what you're calling it is?
Technicolor Dream Cardigan.
Yeah. I thought that was a cute name when I did the show notes last week, and I was like, why isn't Amy saying that on there?
Oh.
Very cute. And those jewel tones.
Yes. So this is what I'm working with right now. It seems like but it's not. I mean, like, I've probably knit most of the band with half of this, so then, if you think about double that, that's all I left. And I still have more.
Okay.
Yeah. There is more. Just the one partial ball, but you also forget I have a plan for the top of it.
Oh, that's right. It's going to be some gray.
Gray.
Yeah. Okay.
She's panicking on my behalf.
I was like, no, that's not going to be enough. It's going to save me. But okay, it's totally going to be enough. I am going to believe upon belief and hope upon hope for you. The gray's at the top, right? So when you run out, you'll have gray at the top. Exactly. It'll be great.
Hopefully it's not.
Don't look at me like that. It's awesome. It'll look awesome no matter what. Where does the pattern have the color changing? I can't remember.
All over. It's a stripe.
Oh, got it.
What am I gonna say? The ball that's missing is still missing. So I have, it's gotta work.
Let's just take a moment. Ball.
Yes.
If you are watching, come back.
Magically appear. Boop, boop.
Yeah.
Like
ding,
somewhere.
Ding.
I have looked.
You could be like Knitter Mario, like running along, and all of a sudden, bloop. Another crafty girl gamut appears. And you can run through it, and then your arm will go up.
Yep. Level achieved. Yeah, I gave up on it, the ball showing up, because I looked high and low and it has not been seen since I bought the gray to go with it. So it rolled away. Like,
that ball has not been seen in these parts since April 2014.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I am being a little punchy tonight. I think the punch factor is high. Are you gonna talk about any other whips, or is this your only work in progress?
Let's see. I did work a little bit on the ink cardigan, so that the whole collar start is done. I've switched to the larger needles, and I've done a little bit of the start of the top, the body.
Is it a raglan?
Yes. So it's top down raglan cardigan, and you work the collar as you go. And I was determined to get past this back point of the collar.
Very pretty.
And start down the sides. Lo and behold, somebody told me that the designer is doing a Knitalong of any of her patterns. So you just have to register to say what pattern you're knitting and knit along with them, and that one runs through the end of September. So yeah, but the real focus since I got that far with that one has been this one.
You've made it. You didn't have much over that band at the bottom last week.
Yeah, and
it's fingering weight.
Yes. So this one is what is getting worked on. And again, the literally over the top, that was on the bus with me a couple,
and you were days. Literally over the top.
Yeah.
Last week. So
yes.
That's significant.
I had quite a few inches left after we got done podcasting, and then putting them together and then sewing them up and then blocking it. So it's the done part of it, and then I swear I don't forget how many evenings.
She's the agile knitter. Done.
Oh yeah, that is part of that vocabulary. So that's where I got that. Anyway, the yarn, I felt like I was plying that one on the spindle forever too. So this has just been like must do for like 3 days now. So hopefully it will get enough progress done that I can show you guys different things. But there's
no podcast guilt here, man.
There's no much else going on. I have the balls for the adults poetry in motion set spot.
Last week on playback I stopped stopped it when I was taking show notes on when you said adult sunspots, and you could see me going like, that sounds like something that you don't want.
I have adult sunspots. They're not fun. Yeah, and the Ginny's cardigan did not get any, I don't think any progress, but maybe since you last saw it, it's gone an inch, you know. But, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to super zoom once I put my mind to it. So,
as most things do.
Yes, as most things do. So I am choosing to put my mind to the gamut sweater. And so that will get to some sleeve joinage. This is my goal.
Yes.
And so as soon as I can join those sleeves in and I know that the end is nigh, I will try on the finished cardigan, getting ready to put that large band on. Because
that'll be fun.
Button band.
Gotta love that.
Sure do. So yeah, I am knitting all the things per usual, but the gamut has gotten my attention. I've even been bringing it on the bus. I emptied out everything in this project bag except for the working yarn, and we are rolling on through until it's done, or joined, I should say. I want to join those sleeves in.
It is a powerful moment in the life of a knitter. When you get to try on something.
Yes.
And see.
And Megan making all her faces about my not enough yarnage. Like,
I was just a little doubtful. I'm glad you reminded me about the other color. I was just more than a little worried for you. Because there's nothing like knowing that you had an extra ball of yarn and then running out of yarn.
Yes. The missing ball of yarn is
really put some salt in that wound. So, yes, everybody crossed their fingers for Miss Amy on her yardage there.
Yes. Either that the magic ball reappears or that what I have is enough.
Knit faster.
Either way.
If you knit faster, the yarn can't keep up. And you can, yeah.
That makes sense, sure.
It does in my mind. That's what I do when I'm running out of yarn. I knit faster. I have some works in progress and some needle adjacent projects, some naps, some whips and naps. Doesn't that sound like a good combo? But I'm just stalling really to get to the end of my row, because you know, knitters do that. I have been working on my Lawrence pullover by Melissa LeBaire out of Marigold Jen, Amy's Punky Plum. And I always have a moment when I do raglans when I put it on and I'm super happy that it fits. And I'm also like, when I get down to the bottom and I've bound off, I have like a Jimmy Fallon thank you note moment where I'm like, thank you Ragland for having most of the sleeve done, or you know, part of the sleeve done. Because when you do bottom up things, you end up like you're starting from ground zero. Like, look there's a good part of a sleeve there done for me already.
Yeah.
It's a short sleeve.
I will say that bottom up though, once you get to the passless and you've joined it all around, that's like, it's a lot of stitches, but you know that you're constantly decreasing to the end, right? You're always decreasing to the end. Forget it.
You're one of those people that like to go downhill at the end.
Although my run is never that way. I live on a hill. I go down first and then have to go up at the end.
Yeah. My paths, if I go up first, I still have to go up at the end too, so it doesn't matter. And I know that physically is impossible, but the loops that I do, like I end up going up a short hill and then at the end you have to go up a big hill, you know, so you might as well go downhill at the beginning as well, right? Because if you're going to end up going up a hill at the end. But I tried this on earlier and I didn't have a needle on that side and it almost jumped off and I was not happy. But it's, I can't say enough about the garter and this colorway. Like it really, really likes this pattern. And it looks better when I'm standing rather than sitting. It's kind of long. It's got these welts. Had a few questions on what I've done for the neck, which is basically just cast on what you eventually were decreasing down to. And then I did not bind off. Did I put it on the correct way? I did color switching where the garter switches over to the lace motif on the front, and then the back is where I did my turn and I knit from the right side and the wrong side to do the garter. So very little purling, and it just needs itself some sleeves. And I've got, I have your opposite of your problem. I've got 2 significant skein balls left, and then a whole nother one.
Do you have any of the green left? You can make a stripey thing.
I don't. Oh. I think I knit my one hat. Oh. Did you have any left after you knit your? It was an Alana Day Coast.
I will have to see.
Because yeah, that'd be a fun stripe. Like maybe a monster cowl or a...
I will see.
So there's that. And I'm just going to leave it on because I don't want to take it off right now. And then I cast on, just before we got started, a cool clavicle cover out of some hand spun that I traded for, and I need to go back on to Ravelry, and if you're watching, I'm so very sorry. I just haven't gotten out to Ravelry to look up. I gave you something out of my stash, and you sent me this because I mentioned on the podcast that I liked hand spun. And you contacted me and said, I have hand spun and I would gladly trade you. And so you picked something out of my stash, and I got this beautiful, very gradiated. You can see it from this side better because I haven't got the messy yarn coming out of it. Amy and I were looking at the plies, and we think it's Navajo plied, and I think it's shiny, so I think there's some, if I remember, some bamboo in it. But I swear that there was a card with it, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. So there's that. And then my next Self Stripey project, I am actually going to knit a fingering weight hat out of some Vesper. This is, and then this must have been before I started saving the ball bands, because it doesn't have the colorway inside there. I think it might be Serendipitous. It's a very like gin bottle blue, pink and brown, and I'm going to knit a fingering weight hat out of it because it's 100%, it's Vesper, so it's 100% Knitterly Things is the dyer. 100% merino. Can I spit that out? It's 100%. I didn't quite finish it. And I think I'm going to try to do the expanding community pattern. Do some ribbing and then make it go up. But I think that's a fun way. I mean, I love sock head hats. I think they're pretty and they're wonderful, but I can't do all of that ribbing and then endless stockinette. Drives me bonkers crazy, even on bigger needles with skinny yarn. So I'm going to do some patterning, and I set my mind to do some patterning with my expanding community. And I didn't bring any of the other yarn. I think my next Rhinebeck New York sweater is going to be a poolside out of my Pigeon Roof Studios that I was talking about, their Cassiopeia DK base. Very pretty. I kind of did like you did with, you cast on all the things. I caked up all of the things and put them in project bags and put patterns in them. Now they're looking at me going, are you done with that Lawrence yet? Because I am waiting for you. Cast me on.
You guys are all going to hate her by the time Rhinebeck rolls around. You really are.
Why would they hate me?
Well, you're going to have like 5 sweaters done.
Here's hoping, because I got a lot of sweater quantities. If you're talking sweater quantities to sweaters done ratio percentage, I would lose that game. You could probably have 1 sweater quantity and knit your 1, and be doing much better than me versus over 50.
Yeah,
5 over 50 is 10%.
Yes, but how many did you kick up and put in project bags?
I also caked up some MCN from Sun Valley Fibers in the Dijon colorway that's going to become a lemon wick.
Okay.
So I've got two sweater quantities and another one that I wanted to do, including this and this one. So,
okay.
Yes, it'll be fun. I am definitely in the like, I want to knit all the things. Let's get this going. Get this going and get this going, cool. And write this down and print this out and cue this up and find the perfect yarn for this project. I had a wee bit of enabling. I ordered a bag from Chicken Soup Designs, and then she's got a blog address, but I think it was chickensoupdesigns.etsy.com, and this is .blogspot.com. Okay. But I fell in love, chickensoupdesigns.etsy.com. I fell in love with this pattern, and then she has some cute sets. So in addition to having some cute woodland animals with tree, the tree is what got me. So like owl, cute. Fox, cute. Hedgie, cute. Tree, must be mine.
Raccoon's cute.
Yep, the raccoon's cute too. But she's got sets. So this set has a little like notions pouch. Is actually really lined. Like you could put like a phone in there and it would be okay. And then the drawstring, and I think that together was $25. And then she had an option where you could put stitch markers in this little snap thing for $2 that in a coordinating fabric. So I just thought it was cute. I like the little Annie Light little skein tins that I had out earlier, and then I thought this might be helpful too. And then the fact that it was all matchy. Match.
It's a cute fabric.
It is super adorbs. And then the
mushrooms match the tree and
super cute. So go check her out. I was actually enabled by her enabling thread.
Oh, okay.
Not gonna lie. I often am. Like, ooh, click. Oh, I should learn not to click.
Yeah.
And that is that. As far as enabling, do you have any enabling? Are you being good? I am looking forward to being uber enabled this weekend at Stitches Midwest. Maybe caking up all that yarn had something to do with it. Yeah. I will see Sun Valley Fibers. And so to know that the stuff that I got at our first little getaway is finally picked up.
Hanging out in her booth somewhere.
Okay, I'll check.
You tell him to come home.
Okay.
It's like you've been hanging out with that wonderful yarn too long.
Yeah.
Come home.
Mama said you ran away from home,
making all those new friends. Now, I wouldn't mind if his friends came home with him.
Okay. Tell him to invite some friends back?
Yeah.
Okay. And now Gamut, that's a he, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
It's a beautiful color, but I don't know why the name Gamut is a boy name to me.
Isn't it a character?
Probably is. I am not Pervy. Pervy. I am not Pervy.
You are not Pervy. Okie dokie. Let's end on that note.
Sure. Why not?
We will see you next week, and hopefully I'll have more pretties to show you.
She probably will. Bye.
Bye, Uta.